thought I'd give this a go. Why not? Other people do it and they're better at YouTube at me, so I thought I can do that. So let's have a little chat. I've already been this morning to the medical centre. Turned 40 last month, just 6 weeks ago. Straight away, I got a little notification on my phone saying, "Hey, you're old now. Get down here. We need to check you out." So I went. Today was the appointment, and you know, I'm going in there thinking, oh, they're going to tell me I'm too fat and don't exercise enough, and my diet's awful. Turns out none of that's true. I'm just, they said, you're probably the finest specimen of manhood we've ever had walk through these doors. I was like, wow, that's cool. It's also a terrible lie. But yeah, so this live stream, what I'm going to do is I've got my orders. I'll go through the process of picking them out, packaging them, and maybe we can have a little chat whilst I'm doing it. Why not? And look at the mess. This is, my death pile is ridiculous right now. A week away, doing nothing but sourcing. Well, not nothing but sourcing. I did other stuff as well, but a week away, and I spent a good few £100. That's going to be fun, isn't it? Just having notifications going off through this, but it's my own fault. It's my first kind of live stream doing this. Cut me some slack. Right, let's get the first thing printed out, shall we? I'm every so often I'll dive off camera. That's because my computer's down there, and that's where I have to print some stuff off. So what have we got? An Adidas crossbody bum bag. Where would I have put that? The thing about my system here is that I know where everything is. This was a pickup that I got from TK Maxx in their massive yellow sticker sale. Can't remember how much I paid for it, but probably about £5. So that's gone for 17 quid. And thank you to Mark who has bought that from me. At the moment, this is all very sad because no one's watching this live. However, I'm going to keep it up as a live stream that I've done, making this a more regular thing in the mornings or whenever I do my picking and packing. Don't know if any other resellers do this, but I pop a little leaflet in there saying thank you from me and Danny, just saying thanks for doing an order, but on the back all the socials where they can buy other stuff, website, Facebook, Instagram. I've still got twitter.com down there. It still works, twitter.com, but also up here the little Trustpilot page. They can scan that QR code, takes them to the Trustpilot page where they can leave me a Trustpilot review, which at the moment I think my score is sitting on 4.7. Not bad, but it just legitimizes the business. All right, let's get that sent. What are these? Items being favorited on Vinted as we speak. So it never ends. All my notifications on my phone ever are is like someone's favorited your item, someone's bought something, blah 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 blah. I used to be quite popular, just socially, just popular. I never get those messages anymore. Tragic. eBay's a crapshoot, mate, going down the drain. Do you know what? Yes, it is right now. Right now it is, um, and we all know why. It's because of these buyer protection fees that are being put on, very similar to what Vinted have had all along. But the kickoff is coming, and I'm looking at Reddit, on the eBay UK subreddit, a lot of the chatter that's coming out of there, and it's saying, um, the low value items that you put on are disproportionately affected by the buyer protection fees, because if you're listing things for like £2-3, it's not, it's 75 pence plus the percentage of the final value fee. That's too heavy. So if you're listed something for like £2, very cheap items, already there's 75 pence premium, which is almost 60% of the item price anyway. So that's a hugely disproportionate addition to low value items. So I can see why a lot of people, like I sell low value items. I've got some here. Look, hold on. So I sell these referee coins. They go for £5 each. Now I'm a business seller, so I don't have to sell do the buyer protection fee because I pay loads of other fees. But if I was selling this as a private seller, it would be £5 now plus 75 pence plus the percentage, so it's knocking up to almost 90p, on top. That's what the buyer pays. Then I'll be paying the final value fee and maybe a listing fee as well. So eBay is really squeezing right now, really squeezing. They're doing it, I think, to level the playing field, because it has been skewed more favorably towards private sellers up until now. And I could see what they were doing towards last year when they were getting all the private sellers in. List your stuff absolutely free of charge, no fees. Come on over to eBay, everything's great. Everyone piles in before Christmas. People then get used to using eBay to sell their things, and then boom, these buyer protection fees come in, and they're like, do you know what? We're exactly the same as Vinted, so it's us or them. And eBay's got the more eyeballs, more people on their platform looking at their products. So the whole time, business sellers like myself have had to pay, I think I pay £27 per month, and the final value fees and all this. So after all the fees are taken out, postage, eBay fees, my shop fees, all that stuff, about 40% of my gross goes off to eBay or the logistics companies that fulfill my orders. 60% that is left is for me. But of that 60%, I've got to take out the cost of goods as well. So that could be anywhere from, say, I like to operate on margins of about 20 to 50%. If I can squeeze more out of the items that I sell, fantastic. But if I can't, that's business. As long as I'm making some profit, I'm happy. But the whole point I'm making is, it doesn't leave as much as you think. You know, if I do 25 grand's worth of sales gross annually, 10 grand will go to eBay and Royal Mail and Yodel and Every and guys like them, leaving me with about 15 grand. Of that 15 grand, probably 7 to 10 is spent on cost of goods, and the rest is profit. And of that profit, the tax man's there with his hand out going, yeah, I want some of that as well. It's hard work. So to make a living out of this, out of doing this this eBay and Vinted thing, you have to sell in volume, or if you've not got volume, you have to sell very high margin, very expensive items. But at the moment, like in inventory wise, I've got 20 grand's worth of stuff listed on eBay, and there's about, I don't know what I've picked up in Kent. Did I say I've done a couple of videos where I've kind of done the maths. Maybe a couple grand sat there waiting to be listed. It's a death pile. Let's have a look. 300 on a good. That's potentially another couple hundred there. Yeah, yeah. Two to 4 grand's worth of stuff unlisted at the moment that I bought over the past couple of weeks. And what have I got coming at the end of March? I've got like I've got 4 bales of 50 clothes, 50 items each. So that's 200 clothes coming in, and you're looking at maybe £5 to £10 profit per item out of that. But then it's the time and effort. Not much no, there is not much left over. It's tough. It is tough. Right, let's crack on with more of the stuff that's sold. So we had the bum bag or the fanny pack, depends where you come from. I don't know why that particular bag isn't named something that isn't like bum or fanny. Crazy. Yeah, well, that's retail. Everyone's got their hand out. If I was in a brick and mortar shop in the high street, and this is why the high street is closing, by the way, everyone is taking a little bit. Everyone, your suppliers, your landlords, your utility companies, your insurance companies, everyone wants it. And yeah, run by idiots, run by clueless idiots. But the thing is, they're not, and this is why those people that run it, they aren't running it to make the best experience for you or me or anyone that uses eBay. Companies that are publicly owned and have shareholders are run to generate as much money as possible for shareholders, the ones who receive a dividend from the company performance. So obviously they want the company to do well, but at the end of the day, their job, those people that run the company, is to make as much money for the shareholders as possible. It's very short-term thinking. If they can make like $1 billion in a year for the shareholders, but lose potentially 10 billion, they'll take the billion now rather than wait for bigger profits or set infrastructure that will pay off later. The short-term thinking of these multinational corporations is not good for the end user. It's capitalist, and it's the system that we have and what we've got now. Best place to get clearance stuff, if you're in the Northwest, look for any outlets, any so I use a company called the Trade Outlet. They've got warehouses dotted about all over the Northwest now. Liverpool, Manchester, Ellesmere Port, Wallasey. I also go to the Stockport Pallet Warehouse. Their stuff isn't great, I'll be honest, but it's cheap and it's high volume. So if you can find some gems there, and there are gems there, don't get me wrong, then that's another good place to go. Otherwise, it's charity shops. Good morning, hello. The other, yeah, charity shops, car boot sales, like the proper grafty places where you've got to go and sift through and pick. And where else do I get? Where else? Let's have a little look around. So this stuff is charity shop, charity shop, charity shop, charity shop. The stuff at the back is Trade Outlet. So I'll give you an idea of the sort of stuff that I get in bulk from the Trade Outlet. So I picked up about 100 of these washable, reusable puppy pads. I think the price per unit on this is like 70 pence. 70 pence per box. That's what I paid. In order to get that price, I had to buy a shitload of them. I've got a van, I've got a transit van on my driveway that is basically a shed. It's full of these things, it's full of other boxed items which I bought in bulk, and every so often I'll have to bring enough up here to fulfill the orders that go out on eBay. But for 70p, I resell these on eBay for I think £7 or £8. When you take the postage away, £2.69, take away the eBay fees, all that sort of stuff, it leaves me about £2 to £3 profit per box. So that, I mean, this is the operating margin that you've got to work with. There's a tool that I use. If you're, I don't know, if you're watching this somewhere where you can write this down, I'll get the website address for you now. I can't screencast because I'm not that smart. But the website is, oh, it's that easy. eBayFeesCalculator.com. And what you can do is, before you purchase anything, put everything in there. It gives you a box to put the cost that you're going to spend on the goods, the cost of postage. You can select the eBay category that you're going to sell it in, and it does all the calculations. In the bottom, it'll tell you what profit you will make if you buy it at that price over wherever you get it from and sell it at this price on eBay. Fantastic tool. If I'm shopping online, I will always run it through that calculator first before deciding whether to buy or not. Now, I'm fortunate, I'm lucky that I've got this entire space in which I can store things until they sell. So I'm not in a rush. I don't have to have quick turnover or anything like that. I can sit on those prices and wait for them to go. Now, also, I'll go on eBay and I will do comps. I will compare the important thing is, when you're looking on eBay, don't look at what the listing price of things are straight away. What you want to look at is the sold price of things. So do your search and then turn on the filter that says sold items, and then it will show you the items that you're searching for, but the ones that have sold and the price that they've sold for. And importantly, this is often overlooked, you want to look at the date that they were last sold as well. So if you've got something that's sold for loads, but it didn't sell recently, like it's been 6 months since there was a sale, that tells me there's not a lot of demand in eBay for that particular item. So don't buy 500 of them, if that makes sense. If they're flying out, like these puppy pads, they're like a dozen will sell a day on eBay from various sellers, not just from myself, from all sorts of people. That tells me that lots of people want them. If I can get them for a competitive price, that's when I would look at the price that other people are selling them for, to see if I can undercut or at least match what they are selling, and still make a profit, like a decent profit that's worth my time. It's no good making 10p per box. I've seen people making 10p per box. It needs to be at least a couple of quid minimum per item. And then volume sales means that those couple of quids all add up. Because how quickly can you package like 5 of these? 5 of these, you can do them in, say, 10-15 minutes. That's potentially, what did I say, £2-ish profit on these, £2 to £3. It's only between £10 and £15 profit in 15 minutes. If you multiply that over the course of an hour, 15 into 30, £60. If you've got a business, a self-employed business, where you're making £60 per hour selling things like this at high volume, you're winning. You're winning. Obviously, you got to pay your taxes and stuff out of that. But we'll talk about taxes and stuff later, because Backstitch is a limited company, by the way. So Backstitch is a privately limited company. It's got 2 shareholders, me and my wife. And what it does, it pays me away. This is where we get into the grey area of employment and all that sort of stuff. The company exists. It pays me as an employee up to £12,500 a year. That's my salary. Then after that, I will pay myself a dividend from the profits that the company makes. Now, the dividend is capital gains. And on that, you pay a capital gains tax of around 8.5%. If I was to pay myself a salary of the same amount of whatever dividends after the £12,500 tax-free allowance, you're paying at the rate of 20% tax. And this is all perfectly legal. There's nothing like dodgy about it. This is what very wealthy people do. It's not a tax dodge. It's not a tax loophole, but it's a way of you paying less tax on your income, on your earnings. And isn't that what we really all want to be doing? Yes, is the short answer. So if you've got any questions about that, pop them in the comments. I'll do my best to answer them. But honestly, I've been chatting for 20 minutes and I need to actually crack on with the orders and do work. Otherwise, I won't make any money. I won't. Do you know what? I won't have to pay any tax because I'm not making any money because I'm not sending anything out. So let's get on. Let's crack on with the next item. And these items that I pick and pack now, I'll give you an idea of the sort of things to look out for at trade outlets, at car boot sales, stuff like that, and the sort of prices that you can kind of sell them on for, but the prices I paid for them as well. So this is, hopefully you can learn something from this. But if you can't, I'll try my best to be as entertaining as possible. And also you get to watch me. Morning, Scouts Dan. Who else? Yep, that's just the only one. It's important to hydrate. Can you see it looks like piss, doesn't it? I'm trying this thing where I'm drinking my own urine now. I'm not. I'm watching the live watch count, and I just thought, he's drinking. He drinks his own piss. Would that make people stop watching, or would more people watch for longer? There's only one way to find out. It's not piss, by the way. And if it was, I don't. Like, if you had to drink it, would you drink your own or would you drink someone else's? Like, if you could choose the person who's... No, we're getting too far off topic here. Dirty, disgusting live stream. This isn't what we tuned in for. Oh, let's get the next item. Come on. Okay. Still here, by the way. Still here. Just sorting out the label. Let's go into the warehouse and get what's sold. So, this is a trade outlet pickup. I'll show you the label. Always dailies. Yeah, eBay. That's a good one. Because eBay's a pile of piss at the moment, obviously. That's where I was going with it. eBay. That's good. That's good. Well done. You can have a gold star for that. You can stay and say witty things in the chat for us. So as you can see, 79 pence plus VAT. So these were 90 pence, 90p for always dailies. I looked them up on Amazon. I think on Amazon they were selling for about £7 or £8. No, they do their free postage and stuff like that. This has gone on eBay for £4.99 with free postage. So £2.69 take away from that, take away your 90 pence, take away eBay fees. It's about £1 profit in that. This is the last of 10 boxes that I sold. A little trick, if you've got these adhesive sticky price labels, they don't peel off very easily. I've got a hairdryer over there. And you may notice, I've got a hairdryer, but no hair. Here's why. You can use the hairdryer to heat up the label, and then it will peel off much easier and not tear. Watch. It doesn't take that long to heat the label up, and because it's a thermal label, it turns black, letting you know when it's ready to peel. Okay, labels turn black. Grab a corner. Watch it just. Oh, there's some ASMR for you. Well, maybe not. You probably couldn't hear that, but it was making a peel sound while I was going. Anyway, labels off, so that gives that a more aesthetic appearance. Gives you a little bit of sticky residue though. Don't worry about it. You get your thank you label. Pop that on the box. Lock the top over. Now you've got your product ready to go. Get your postage sack. It's taken me like slightly longer than normal because I'm chatting shit. But throw it in your postage bag. Get your label on. Okay, so that would have taken me 2 minutes, and in 2 minutes I've made £1 profit. Multiply that by an hour, which there are 60 minutes. Then you've got 60 quid. That's a sort of £1 an hour. Make £1 an hour selling high volume, low value items. 60 quid. There will be high value items as well, but if you're buying in bulk, you fill in the blanks. Right, what's the next item? 4 of my referee forum coins. Oh, I'll have to check the weight on these. So if you don't know, and at this point, why wouldn't you know? You should know everything about my life. But I'm also a football referee, and I've got my own website, therefereeforum.com. I've got my own merch, these referee coins, which you can flip at the start of a game. You say heads or tails to the captains, and they get to choose whether they kick off or not. 4 of those. They're £5. I say £5. They're £4.98 each. I mean, no, I think they're slightly less than that. I think £3.89 plus £1 postage. Let's check the weight of them. Because someone's bought 4 of them. Might have to buy a slightly more expensive envelope. No, it's still less than 100 grams. Amazing. Just checking back, just making sure you're not asking any questions while my head's down. Not, you know, I'll do my best to talk to you. But it's easier if you talk back. What's a message from Danny there? Give me a heads up that she sent an email. Oh crap, no, that's not going to work. Yes, it will if I do this. No, that's not going to work. That will work. Yeah. Don't worry, just talking to myself. What it was there is I'd stack the coins on top of each other. I have to send them through like that. But if you stack them on top of each other, it makes the envelope too fat. I think it still might be too fat. And if that is the case, if you are buying and selling, get yourself one of these. That lets you know, that minimises your post costs. And if you can fit your letters through this, oh look, there's more ASMR for you. Oh, that means you get to do cheap postage. And obviously, it's not just about making money in sales, it's about saving money in your costs. So if you can minimize your postage costs. Do it! That's off to Martin in Manchester. So thanks, Martin, for buying 4 of my coins. And happy tossing. For stuff like that, that was about £13 worth of coins there, because I give discount on multi-buys. When I post, if it's worth more than £5, something like that, I will take it to the post office or the Royal Mint, and I will get recorded, that thing where you say I posted it. You get a little receipt to say that it's gone in. Otherwise, I'll just throw it in a letterbox and pray that it makes whatever its final destination is. What we got next? I hear you cry. Oh, bee venom patches in this day and age. I usually have a box cutter, which would make this part of the video easier. Where's my box cutter gone? This is unacceptable. Where's my box cutter? Hello, what's this? Okay, how many times do you go out sourcing a week? It depends on the week, to be honest. I'll try and get to charity shops a couple of times a week. I'll try and do 1 car boot sale a week. And trade outlet, I'll be honest, the trade outlet quality of goods is reduced within the last 3 to 6 months. So I've started going there less. I think as they've opened more places, they've spread out where the stuff goes. So it's hit and miss whether you get anything decent from the trade outlet now. And a lot of the stuff in there, like 95% of the stuff in there, is cheap Chinese crap that's been returned or has been overbought and is overstocked. So that's how often. So a couple of charity shops visits a week, just the local ones, Rainhill, Prescott, St Helens. Yeah. Where's the other comments gone? How'd you get them back? Oh, all messages are visible. Do you get lots of grief as a ref, or are players generally respectful? No, I get a lot of grief as a referee. And it's not because I'm a crap referee, but it might be because I'm a crap referee. But basically, yeah, the level of abuse in grassroots football, I operate at step 4 and below. I'm a step 4 assistant referee and a step 5 referee. That might not mean much to you, but step 4 is like the Northern Premier League, where you've got teams like Marine, Bootle FC, I think Prescott Cables are up there, Ashton United, Hyde United in Manchester, and they get about, say, 500 to 1,500 people through the door on average normally. They will turn up, they'll be drunk, and as the game goes on, they'll drink more, and as people get drunker. With football, they never criticize their own players unless their own players are just being like consistently bad. They won't criticize the opposition, not too much. The easy targets for abuse and blame are the referees. So we get a lot. For the most part, you turn a blind eye and a deaf ear, but you still see and hear everything. Yeah, I will. Do you know what? My mum lives in Bootle, so I might go down Bootle car boot with her at some point. I did. You know, the thing is with Bootle car boot, I sold there. I want to say it was either just. Hi from Sefton Park. Have you been to the YM shop in Belle Vale? Prices are always good. Where's Belle Vale? Do you know what? No, I haven't. There's gym. There's a JD gym. Yes, so yes, I have been there. If it's where I'm thinking about, there's a JD gym on the top floor, because I've been there. I've used that one. And then I think before I went to the gym one time, there's a shopping centre underneath. I went to the charity shops in there. I also used the post office there to send some things before I went to the gym. But I just didn't get a good vibe from that post office. Like, the people were lovely, but they were very particular about how they wanted things and when they wanted them, and then just leave them with us in a bag and you'll get the bag back later. And I just didn't, just sort me out. I'm in front of you, sort me out. But yeah, so the story about car bootle is I sold there, I think just before COVID. So let's say 2019. And as I was selling there, I was chatting to people, blah, 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 blah. And I had things nicked off my table. And I was like, yeah, fucking scummy cunts. The robbing from a car boot. I know it happens. It could happen anywhere. I'm not saying it's because it was bootle. But it just leaves a sour sort of, I'm not going back there again. Fuck you. Not, what you say it was 2009, 6 years ago. I'm not bitter, I'm not angry about it still, but I clearly am. Listening to myself speak about it, I clearly am fuming that some little rat robbed, and it was a Bluetooth speaker as well. It was a Sony Bluetooth speaker. Danny bought me a replacement. I don't know if it's knocking about up here or it's downstairs, but it was a good one. There's a little shit nicked that off my table. Right, back to the bee venom patches. So these came in packs of 5, and for a pack of 5, £1.17 plus VAT. So let's call it £1.35 for 5. I've broken these down and I'm selling them in weekly supplies of patches. So one box is 1 week. Someone's bought 4 at a cost of £5. Yeah, there may be an offer of £1.25 per box. So I was like, yeah, go on. I really want my box cutter. Don't know where it's gone. All right, this is not important. Well, where's my scissors? Because they were there as well. It's probably in this pile of death behind me. But yeah, there you go. I mean, the £5 that's paid there, I take them out the box, I flat pack them, so they'll go as a letter. That'll cost me 85p in postage. Sorry, this is really rude of me, but I'm half talking to you, my audience, and half looking for my box cutter or scissors. Because I've got the replacement blades. And I'm thinking, shall I just start slicing with those freehand? But knowing me, I will open myself up and probably just bleed out on YouTube. It's like, how did the first live stream go? And yeah, no, I died. So I was expecting to die anyway, but not literally. I'm gonna go find some scissors. I'll go on. Well, the scissors are there, the box cutter's there as well. At least I've got a pair of scissors. That'll have to do. Sorry, yeah, someone just liked this. If you could do us a favor, if you're watching this, just tap the like button wherever you're watching it, and that'll feed 2 things: the algorithm and my ego. But more importantly, obviously, the reason that I've started busting out on YouTube more this year, since January, is because I heard the Gentleman Marketeer and Ricky Resells both talking about how much money they made from doing these videos on YouTube, and I just thought, oh, you're making as much money off YouTube making content as you are doing your business. And my business numbers weren't too dissimilar. Excuse me, I'm going to pause this because my wife is calling me. I'll catch up with you guys in a bit. Don't go far. Hold on. I can't answer while she's... How do I stop? I don't know how to stop a live stream. Oh, yes, I do.